So JAGEX has made some decisions on behalf of the Runescape community that a lot of people have not liked, like putting ads inside of the game.
Access to only the mobile version of the game, or ads included in a non-gameplay intrusive manner.
I have a feeling we're about to be royally f***ed. This is a sign of things that are about to get worse.
Yep.
If I've ever seen one. If you haven't seen this survey yet, you're definitely going to want to watch this video through to the end. I don't know what kind of criteria you need to meet to receive this survey in your inbox, but I received it on an alt account I've only used for meme purposes. The survey starts off by asking you really generic questions related to your account, membership, buying behavior, and how much you play. It then starts playing this video. This video is filled with the usual sales-oriented rhetoric where they claim to be focused on providing greater value for your money, while supposedly striving to make their services more accessible and affordable for those who may not yet have the financial means. I don't think—
Let me watch the video first. I want to watch the video and listen to it myself.
Guaranteed transfer of character names. This gives you the ability to protect the transfer of character names between accounts and remove the possibility of name swiping. For example, you could choose a name you want to transfer, select the character you want to transfer it to, and have the guarantee of the name going to the character you want it to.
So basically they're trying to paywall features that they should put in the game as a baseline?
Complimentary bonds. A free bond included as part of your membership, delivered monthly to your account. Improved data access and solutions. Access an API for improved data availability and tools.
For a game?
For example, pull your friend's data for customized high scores, track all your achievements and progresses in one place over time, or use custom trackers developed by other players.
And they're playing like this fucking heroic music.
Pause membership option. Put a hold or delay on your next renewal. For example, for a 1-month membership, this could mean skipping the next renewal. Or for a 12-month membership, this could mean a 1-month pause to use within the 12-month period.
Wouldn't that just be something that would be better as like a consumer feature as a baseline? Because I feel like this is just, like, some of these are good, but like...
Pre-verified account recovery. Guarantee the recovery of your JAGEX account if it is ever compromised. For example, this could mean a system using your real-world ID so that we can verify it as you and ensure we get the account back to the right person.
That seems like a lot of work and it could be problematic.
Additional account security features.
So they're paywalling additional account security features? There's no way, right?
Additional security features.
Am I understanding this the right way?
Increase protection of your account. For example, this could include passkeys, time-based one-time passwords for when you log in, or the option for recovery via character cloning.
Oh, wow.
Enhanced player support. Enhanced player support would offer additional benefits.
What is this like? So like, is this like a American Express like black card like type thing where like if you've got more money, they give you better service?
Beyond improvements we're making to our player support system.
Pretty much, yeah.
This could include tailored features such as expanded language and time zone availability, personalized support updates, and other elevated services to enhance your experience. Character name reservations. Reserve a character name on your JAGEX account so it can never be transferred.
This is pretty common in gacha games.
Even if your account gets compromised. You would keep the option to transfer that name within characters in your account, or even keep it in reserve for any future characters.
Nickel and diming, yeah.
Enhanced display name features. The ability to customize your in-game display name. For example, with different colors, custom symbols such as an infernal cape for those
Only
that have
poor
defeated
people
Zuck,
complain.
bolder names, or even possibly setting your total level as the default level shown instead of your combat level for those focused on skilling. Discounts on additional member characters. So, for example, if your membership includes one member character, then you would receive a discount on any additional member characters you create, such as your second, third, fourth characters, and so on.
So things that are offered in other games normally.
Multi-character memberships.
This seems pretty simple. I want to get to the ad one.
Limitations. Limitations on lower cost membership options, such as a shorter AFK time.
Wait, what?
Not being able to use plugins or third-party clients.
What?
Access to only the mobile version of the game, or ads included in a non-gameplay intrusive manner.
Man.
Community worlds. Specialized member worlds. Access to new and exclusive worlds. For example, play with players who have no ban history, or new local servers that we don't currently serve, or worlds with a different player cap to the standard 2,000 available today.
Oh my god. Okay, so now we understand what's going on here. So they're trying to enshittify the product again by making people look at ads inside of a video game. Do you want to know what's really funny about this? Is it's going to keep happening. It will. Ads inside of video games will become normalized in 10 to 15 years. There's going to be like a turbulence period where games that are adding it, people will complain, but eventually there will be a good game that has it in there, and then people will sit through the ads and deal with it. Yeah, no, hey. Clip it. Clip it. I'm not gonna, I don't want people to tell me, no, that's not gonna happen. That's fine. If you think it's not gonna happen, that's totally okay. I'm just
ever heard
you it will.
anything more honest than that in my life. As a quick recap, they increased the membership prices by about 24 to 30% across the board, across different currencies, just a couple of months ago. That price increase followed a survey asking players if they would be willing to pay more for membership if JAGEX would cut back or perhaps even remove Treasure Hunter. Anyways, so let's go back to this survey. The survey then presents you with all 16 membership perks or features JAGEX has in mind, some of which kind of already exist. Each perk has its own video and asks you to vote on how well it was explained, plus how exciting you are for said perk. There is one exception, being limitations at different prices, but I'll get to that in just a bit. Here's an overview of the features I saw in my survey and what they are. Now, if you want to take a look and pause the video, I would recommend you do so because I'm not going to really cover them one by one. But
sure, yeah, I can see this. Multi-characters, one subscription, limited membership plans, mobile-only membership with ads. That's what a lot of people are tied up on.
I'm going to cover some things that stand out to me. Personally, when I look at this, there's a bunch of gibberish. There's a bunch of stuff that I don't care about at all. And other things should just be base membership features and not locked behind some kind of upper tier of membership. Think security features, account recovery, and player support. I mean, what is enhanced player support? Who thought this was a good idea? Now, it's not all bad. There are things in here that I definitely want to see. Namely, the guaranteed transfer
Zero
of a
times
name
zero is still
to
zero.
avoid name sniping bots, because these exist and they're fast, and it sucks to lose an original or perhaps a very expensive username that is very dear to
Membership
you.
with ads is so dumb. No, I don't blame them for trying to do it at all. I don't, because Amazon did it and it was fine. Netflix did it, it was fine. Of course they would try this.
I also like the idea of having multiple characters within one subscription. With the exception that it's not that much more expensive when compared with the base subscription. In fact, I would prefer it to be the same price, if anything, but we all know that's not going to happen. And Community World seems really interesting to me. As a content creator, that's probably the dream, being able to modify NPCs and things in the game, change the way you look, change the damage, XP value, and so on. It's basically a private server, but it's your own little world. That seems really cool. But my main issue here is these things are all going to cost you more money.
Yeah, of course.
Most of these features or perks are not really going to enhance your experience. like new content or a new skill.
Well, like better, like, I mean, name sniping and like having better customer service and stuff like that, like tiering that out inside of a membership, I think that's really shitty. Like, I hate how nowadays it's just like basically we've taken the weird pay to win nature of real life and we've commodified it to be a battle pass system inside of video games. I fucking hate it. So annoying.
You know, let's just go to the next section. You kind of know what they are based on what you can read here. Let's go into the different price images JAGEX throws at you, where you're asked to pick something and then choose if you would renew your membership or you wouldn't, based on the options you're presented. And I believe there's like 12 combinations of 4 choices, or 8 choices, I should say. So it's we're not going to be going through all of them, but I will be showing you a couple. And for your reference, membership costs €12.50 if you're paying month by month and you're able to cancel whenever, or €7.50 if you're a Premier Club member, aka you have the 12-month package. Try to keep that in the back of your mind, okay? Okay, this first image is the only one in the entire survey, for me anyways, unless I missed one, they're so similar, where you would be paying less for a 12-month package or the 1-month package than you would be paying now. So JAGEX, go ahead and slap that one in and decrease the membership prices, okay? The only caveat here, of course, being you needing to pick between Old School RuneScape or RuneScape 3. I could go into the other options, which, admittedly, if you're paying for membership on each of those accounts right now, are good value, just for the membership price alone, but I don't believe a sizable portion of the player base is playing 8 accounts at once. Okay, you know what, we're just gonna cut to the chase and get to the point of this video. Keep your eyes on the first box.
Okay,
Premier Club membership costs €7.49. This option right here, and it's just gonna get worse from here.
It's the ads.
Is more expensive, and ads are included. This is like Netflix.
No, it's not like Netflix. It's like Netflix. It's like Hulu. It's like Amazon Prime. It's like every other streaming service. Of course, RuneScape is going to try to do this because the consumer base in America has said, we're not tired of eating dicks. We still want more dicks. We're hungry. And they're like, all right, well, here's some more. It's crazy.
More, and
they
your
can't
subscription
stop
service
eating
game
dicks.
That also has tons and tons of microtransactions has ads. These could be pop-ups, these could be banner ads, these could be unskippable videos. Would be really disgusting.
They will absolutely do unskippable videos. They will 100% do that. So a lot of companies do this, and so we've all heard of the metaphor of boiling the frog, where you boil the frog slowly and then you turn the temperature up very slowly. The frog doesn't even realize that it's being boiled until it's too late and they can't escape. That is what is happening with subscription services. That's what's happening with online subscriptions in general. And that's what's happening with pretty much every aspect of your life, is you're just getting boiled fucking alive. If you're at a bank, you're getting boiled alive by overdrafting fees, minimum account balance requirements. And if you're playing video games, you're getting boiled alive by microtransactions. If you're at a fucking college, you're getting boiled alive by, you know, raising tuition costs to where you're in debt for 6 figures for the rest of your life. You own a car. You've got subscriptions to heated seats. Like now you finally drive home from that. Oh, you go to McDonald's on your way home from driving home in your car that you have to pay a subscription for, and you're getting boiled alive at fucking McDonald's because the drinks are now $2 instead of $1, and they took the sodas from being 32 ounces and making them 30 ounces, and then you buy a Big Mac, it's $9, and that's not the meal. Then you finally get fucking home, you're like, I want to relax, and then you're getting boiled alive by your fucking smart TV that needs an app update so they can take your fucking data and sell it to China, and then you finally log on to Amazon, and you've got to watch an ad to watch a show for a product that you already fucking paid for. this is crazy. How the fuck does this keep happening? You're getting boiled fucking alive. It's happening everything. I don't know what to say. I really don't. But I do not blame JAGEX for this. People have repeatedly bought into this, and for them to do this, I'm not surprised at all. I do, totally fair. But can you see my doomer black pill perspective when I see every other fucking company doing this garbage, and then JAGEX says, hey, maybe us too? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm trying to get at.
What?
Clients access to only the mobile version of the game, or ads included in a non-gameplay intrusive manner.
I don't even care how ads are added. The fact that they're gathering data on this topic, or even considering...
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. That's it. It's done. It's going to happen.
Adding ads to a subscription-based game, an MMORPG with tons and tons of forms of microtransactions, is disgusting. A free-to-play mobile game? Sure, pay €1 or perhaps €2 to permanently get rid of those ads on a mobile game.
Yeah.
I'm not against that business model. However, adding ads while increasing the membership prices again is tone deaf, utterly disgusting, and reeks of greed.
Dick eating.
This is a grotesque demonstration of prioritizing profits at the expense of the customer, you, the RuneScape player.
How is it that RuneScape has something like this happen every 3 months, it seems? I feel like every 3 fucking months, I've got to watch an Autoblock video about something that this company does that is so brain-dead fucking retarded that I don't even believe that it happened. How is it possible?
No matter the cost. This survey highlights an alarming detachment from the RuneScape player base, aka JAGEX customers.
Yeah.
And it's not just ads, just look at these options. Why would I want to pay more for a shorter AFK timer than I'm already paying right now? Or take this, I would happily pay JAGEX 44% more per month just for additional account security features. You know, I don't really care what JAGEX says about this, you know, being a proposal and not finalized. But the fact
what they do is they A/B test it so they can min-max the amount of bullshit that people are able to put up with. This is the way, so like, and again, put yourself in their position. How would you implement this system? You implement the system by going and you do a demographic, evaluation, and you arbitrarily have people that play the game, and you do this based off of demographics, you do it based off of playtime, you do it based off of location, and you use all this telemetry in order to triangulate exactly how high you can dial that temperature up to boil them just enough to where you can get the best taste, but they don't jump out of the fucking pot. That's what you would do. And that's what they do. And for example, this is a great example. Do you remember you guys were saying how people weren't able to see ads? And then like it was like, oh, they're like Twitch is going against ad blocker. That doesn't show up for everybody. They're A/B testing to see how many people that causes to stop using the service.
They're asking these questions while presenting clearly more expensive prices is concerning. The fact that the survey has a bunch of options to try to check if you're a bot or you're just being negative or not, because I answered no, I want to cancel my membership with pretty much every single option, is a clear indication to me that the questions they are asking in this survey actually matter. If they didn't, they wouldn't be asking them. Take, for example, McDonald's. They're not going to ask you how many times you shower per day in a survey because they don't care. They won't ask you how...
This guy's bringing up such a great point. I want to read one more comment from chat before I go to that. I don't mind them giving people options. For example, a person plays on mobile could only pay for a mobile subscription. But I can't stand paying for account security features. It's disgusting. What is the problem with microtransactions and cosmetics in video games? I will say it again and again and again and again. When you add that stuff into the game, you create a profit incentive to not have it as a baseline. So now you have created a profit model that is based off taking advantage of people and open up boundaries. And so what this guy is saying, he's saying that McDonald's doesn't ask you how often you shower. Maybe they should, but or I hope not, actually. Then I'd never be able to go again. But anyway, they're asking these questions because these are perspective decisions that they're thinking about making. Do you remember when Blizzard asked how players would react to a boost in Classic WoW? And then people said, oh, well, it's just a survey and it doesn't matter. And then they added the boost into Burning Crusade. That was the Dick Harbinger, and then you got to eat it when the game came out. And there were so many Dick Eaters. Do you remember how many of them there were? Proves my point? Yep.
How many times per week do you eat fast food, or what kind of fittings do you prefer on a burger? As these are all relevant questions to McDonald's. And so are all of these questions to JAGEX. Like, it just... they're planning something. And it's very likely that that will involve some kind of membership price increase. And it doesn't seem like they have much to show for it other than Community Worlds, which does seem really interesting. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Peace.
It's ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. This guy is based. He's right about it. I think that he actually... Like, I would have been more annoyed than he was. I think that he was very measured. He was even more measured than usually I am. That's the way I see it, right? I mean, that's where it is. Link the video. There's the video. Protox. Yeah, I've watched him before. I watched a couple of his videos talking about this topic. Guy's great. Make sure to give him a like. And yeah, I totally fucking agree with him about this. Chinese Corp? Oh, I don't know about that. I have no idea. Let me see if I can find this other shit and get into it. He has a video of JAGEX responding to all the hate. Yeah, so basically, JAGEX has responded. And this is actually very recent. I guess it was in the last couple of hours. And we're going to see what the CEO said in response to the situation. Let's go back over. I pulled this shit up right now. Okay. Membership survey, an update. What the fuck is this bullshit? Okay, get it off my screen. There we go. All right, we're good. A bunch of bullshit. All right. So... they have responded. JAGEX has responded to the situation at hand. Let's zoom this in so you guys can read it. Membership survey from Mod Pips, JAGEX CEO. The co-joint membership survey has caused the community frustration, anger, and concern. We made major mistakes with this, and we are truly sorry. Your feedback is heard loud and clear. This was clumsy and inconsiderate, to say the least. We failed to think this through from your perspective as players. We caught up in research mode and rushing a project with a research partner. What was intended as rigorous methodology for exploring an unfiltered range of ideas. It was not an unfiltered range of ideas. There is a very clear filter. You didn't ask people what their favorite Pokemon was. You didn't ask them how often they showered. And you didn't ask them what their favorite color was. That's because it's not relevant to your business model, but the questions that you asked were. Let's not go ahead and mince words or try to pull the wool over anybody's eyes. I think every realistic, normal person knows this is exactly what's happening. And, yeah, come on. What are we doing here? Anyway, let's keep going. You saw alarming possibilities that appeared to threaten the integrity of the game that you love. It contained ideas for consideration that, in the cold light of day, just shouldn't have been there for serious consideration. We should have paused to consider this properly and avoided the necessary worry and anger that it has caused. Why was the survey conducted? That's why. And we all know it. We all know it. Everybody knows it. I'm not a drawer, okay? That's my frog. Even the mere suggestion. Actually, wait, survey. There was an exploratory survey intended to test a broad range of features and options around subscriptions, including those from other games, to measure how they ranked and compared. The randomness of survey system presented features and combinations and prices that understandably alarmed many of you. It was a major misplay in judgment to include features that suggested that we would consider degrading the game experience or impacting gameplay. Even the mere suggestion of ideas like in-game ads, shorter AFK timers, or making improved player support and additional cost undermined your trust in us. While the goal was to gather data about speculative options, we would have realized these topics. We should have realized these topics would feel like a betrayal of the principles that make our game special. Yeah, true. What we've learned. You've got to wait a little bit longer. See, right now, guys, right now, you're only here. You've got to wait till you get here. And then you can get him. But he's not ready for it yet. He's still right here. He's not ready. He can still jump out of the pot. He still get out of the pot. It's nice, yeah. It's the art time. No, I'm serious. This is how it is. This is the reality. This is what's happening. They scare you with some outrageous stuff, and they make you thank them for giving a slightly outrageous option. Yeah, maybe. Your clear feedback has reinforced our commitment to values that drive our games and guide the decisions that we make. Beyond testing very early concepts of kinds, we have no firm plans to place a single line of code has been written in any of them. The survey has been halted. Ads and membership. This is originally to be tested in the context of a lower subscription ad-supported membership. We will not include in-game advertisements in any regular paid membership. While we may explore ads in free-to-play as a concept of the future, there are no plans for this currently, and we will tread carefully considering all feedback. AFK timers, this is not going to happen. Exclusive worlds, this is considered to be pay-to-win, and so they're not going to do that either. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so we understand that. Game client plugins, we will not make plugins or features on our official client paid options. That's good. This applies to incredible work done. This is like allowing people, isn't this like the equivalent of allowing people to like not be able to use add-ons unless they pay extra money for a WoW sub? Like, I don't really play RuneScape a lot, so I'm not really sure about this, but like I've covered a lot of stuff about the game, so I kind of understand a little bit about it. Yeah, okay. There it is. And so player support. You want improved player support. This should not require additional charges. We agree. We understand the frustration. Okay, so they're not going to do anything about it. And general principles, we will never degrade or change the quality experience, change the gameplay experience on offer between subscribers. Okay. What's next? We'll take more time to reflect on how we explore topics like this again. This whole situation is a powerful reminder on what the most important thing is about OSRS, and it's the community and the people, obviously. Above all, we remain committed to protecting our core principles about our games. Our survey was intended as a way to gather feedback, but we recognize that it caused concern and it undermined your trust. I want to assure you that we care deeply about our games and the passionate community that makes them thrive. We are determined to learn from this and to ensure OSRS remains the game you love and know. Wow. A final note from the start, we aim to consult you on what you value most, so this is undoubtedly being a challenging few days for people. The process has achieved its core purpose to gather honest, unfiltered feedback. Yeah, it's about right. Thank you for your passion. Yep, okay, great. So, what do I think about this? I'm going to give them the most, what do you call it? I'm going to give them the most reasonable and the most generous interpretation of this possible. Okay, because I do think that you should look at both sides of things and try to listen to what people are saying rather than just totally make up your mind. So what they basically implied in the first two paragraphs is that what happened is that they were working with someone with a research partner, And so they probably had a third-party partner that was encouraged by maybe their ownership or potentially a company that owns them or a group of people that own, I don't know exactly how this happened, or like just the marketing team, that they wanted to basically retain this company to help them do market research on how to maximize their profit, right? And so what ended up happening is that this research partner looked at a lot of the commonalities between subscription services that were across the entire market. And then they asked a bunch of questions, and they created questions to ask the community in order to gauge community interest and community opinions. So basically, they went in with a research partner that they could have been recommended, and the research partner didn't have a very good guess and like a good feel for the community. And that's why they asked questions that were massively disconnected. Do you see kind of what I'm saying here? They had someone who was incompetent, okay? Well, it's not necessarily incompetent. It's that they brought in somebody from a space that didn't understand what the company and the game like valued. And so they asked basically boilerplate questions without doing due diligence and I think it's really the research partner that's at fault here, right? Because like if you're doing consulting for someone and you end up not understanding that this would be a bad question to ask, like they're paying money for this consulting. A research partner, they're not doing, this isn't a charity, this isn't the Salvation fucking Army. They're doing this for money. So like when you create a survey and your survey is wrong and it's asking questions that 99% of people don't want to hear or that aren't relevant to the business model, you're wasting the people who are retaining your services money. You're wasting their fucking money and you're damaging their credibility by hurting the relationship with their customers. That is my most generous, most fucking on JAGEX's side perspective that I could possibly have. Do you guys think that's fair? Right? And so and you guys can see what I'm saying with this, right? And this isn't unreasonable. It's not unreasonable to think that this could be what happened. And I think that to an extent it probably is. But what extent is that? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. You don't know. I don't know. We cannot even begin to guess. So, anyway, and JAGEX staff would have approved the survey going out, though? Yeah, they would have approved the survey because they are deferring to their research partner, and their research partner told them that it would be okay. And they said, it's fine, we've done it with other games, it'll be fine if we do it with your game. And they went with the expertise of the people who they consulted in order to go with their expertise. That's the reason why. I'm not saying whether this is a good idea or not, but I'm saying that is probably their thought process and how they decided to make the decision. So yeah. Or if you need an unreasonable explanation, yes, you're right. This isn't the first time JAGEX pulled this, so I'm not buying it, not gonna lie. I am giving my most my most defensive perspective. I'm not saying that you have to agree. I'm just saying this is the best way that you can interpret it. That's it. And so I'm thinking the way that they would think. Do you think this was actually it, or it's just possible? I think it's 70-30, to be honest with you. I think it's 30% what I just said, and 70% they were trying to test the waters and see how high they could boil the frog. You want to get like my completely unsubstantiated with no justification at all for what I believe opinion? That's it. Anyway, don't let them pull a door-in-the-face maneuver. Now, having ads in a free-to-play service, how do I feel about that? In a free-to-play game that has ads, I don't think that I can complain about it. I don't. I really don't think it's that problematic. I think the issue is that when people pay a membership and then they're expected to see it as well. It's immersion breaking, yes, but if you want to make money and have the game, it's gonna be immersion breaking if they have to shut down the servers too, right? And so, like, they have to do something. Have you talked about games have ads to win as much as getting rewards for watching ads? Yes, I have seen that. Absolutely. During a boss, though, bruh, that's not how they're usually structured. Like, I could be wrong, but in general, I think that's... What's this here?
In JAGEX's history, which they've done, which is bad, which has affected membership numbers, and that was EOC. Every time you guys riot about something, every time you complain about something, every time you go out there and say, we're going to cancel all our membership because you want to take away Runelight, you guys never do it. Never. Maybe drops by like 0.001%. You're that. You're all mouth, all of you.
True.
You don't follow through.
Real talk.
And those who do unsub on the day, sub about 2 days later because they're like, oh, I don't
True.
like free play.
Dick eaters.
I want to play the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry guys, but you don't see through it. There'll be the odd person.
He's right. The only thing that they'll listen to is if people speak with their wallets. And the best thing about it is that he was wrong. It seems like enough people did speak with their wallets, and a lot of people are angry about it. And there you go. So CEO response is not enough. Your call to response button posting free to play only is not enough. Tell us how many subscriptions were canceled. Show us how your shitty decision making impacts your plans, and tell us what ranks within the organ owners push this. I think this is way too aggro. Anyway, let's see here. Ads are getting out of hand. Is this? Oh wow.
Salted McDonald's world famous fries and return with just one.
Ooh.
Who are you? How do you do that?
Ooh, wow. Wait, where are the birds? Oh, jeez. Did he die? Uh-oh. That's where you spawn when you die? Yeah, I figured that, right? Man, RuneScape 3 brothers are standing with us. Boo, JAGEX. Jesus. Survey got deactivated. The year is 2027 and JAGEX buys Runelight. Quest Helper is $24. You think in 2027 it's only going to be $24? Oh my god. So, there it is, guys. I guess this is probably what's going to keep happening. Now, I think that they will continue trying to eat away at this stuff. Like the things that they suggested on the survey, I bet a number of the things that they're suggesting on the survey are things that they do want to do. Not every single case, but in some cases they are. And so they're going to probably do some form of A/B testing, maybe a limited offer program, and they're going to test to see if this is actually going to work. So Blizzard does this, a lot of other companies do this, and that's just what happens, right? I think it's annoying, but it's also just reality. OSRS players brought themselves some time. They did. And I think that the OSRS players speaking out and fighting back against this, I think it's a great thing. I'm very glad to see it happening, and I think that they should continue, what do you call it? They should continue doing that. And love you, brother. Yeah, for sure. Let's see here. And this is not the first protest we've won. Well, keep in mind that the player is always right. The customer is always right. And you can always change things if you get enough people together and enough people say no. You just have to get out of the fucking pot. That's it. As soon as you realize this is where you are, then you can realize to get out of it. So yeah. Some wallets have a louder voice than others. They do. But at the same time, I think this is what's going to continue happening. And I refuse to play games that have ads. Okay. Everybody says stuff like that, but you don't really believe it. I don't trust when people say that stuff. Because here's why. You don't do that because it's not convenient for you right now. The moment that it becomes convenient, you will do it. Most people will do it. So the issue right now is that there are a lot of games that haven't adopted this. Like, how many... Am I crazy for thinking that people used to say the same thing about microtransactions, but now people buy them like crazy? How will it be convenient? Because every game will have them. And so, what do you think? You're going to go back to reading books? No, you're not. Absolutely not. Not the same way, only fools do? Yeah, this is how it's going to be. The same with loot boxes, the same with microtransactions, etc. I just hope that the RuneScape community can fight as long as it can to keep this off the game until it's too late. You mean in the middle of the game? No, I mean ads that are added in for different features. Like, there's not anything specific, but just in general, that's it. As long as every game has Twitch Turbo, let me pay to see no ads. I'll probably pay for it. LMFAO, I can't even lie. Yeah. And I think that a lot of companies know that. They know that they can inconvenience the customer and then make the customer pay to be not inconvenienced. And I think that you can see that, like, this research partner that they have isn't stupid. And if you look at all these other services, the exact same thing happens. Advocate for piracy, maybe? A lot of online games are very hard to pirate. I don't think you can look at it from that way. I held out on YouTube Premium for 10 years. Yeah, for sure. But eventually people break and they end up doing it. I think that's what happens. And in general, like, it's the same thing with Twitch ads. So I've been on Twitch, like, off and on for a really long time. And I remember when people used to get canceled for taking a sponsorship, period. Like, if you took a sponsorship, you were a sellout and people were really mad at you. This was in, like, 2012. And then after more and more streamers started doing it, it became normalized, and then players accepted it and viewers accepted it, and that's it. They still do that? Yeah, but not really, though, right? There's like 4 people that do it, and that's it. And so then they just get banned, and then it's over. And that's what happens with everything. And I think that also, if you look at, like, running ads on Twitch, people, you would always say, if you run ads, I'm going to stop watching your videos. I'm going to stop watching your stream. There has been, and, you know, like, I've been streaming on Twitch for a long time. There has never been any observable evidence that I have found that proves that the amount of ads that you run will cause people to stop watching. Now, I understand people will speak from personal experience or they'll have their own anecdotes, but what I'm talking about is the general behavior at a mass level does not seem to indicate that there is a inflection point that so many ads will cause people to stop watching. I bet in general, that's right. Yeah, I'm talking about in general. I'm not talking about overall or anything like, or sorry, for you or whatever, what you're going to do. I'm talking about in general. Look at the NFL. Yeah. Hard disagree. This isn't a debate. You just look at the statistics and it's a conclusion that you can draw from the data. There's no debate here. This isn't a disagree, that this is just how the numbers are. The numbers reflect this outcome. Show stats? Sure. You can pull up, like, any streamer. Like, you can pull up Kai Cenat. You can pull up Aiden Ross from back in the day. Or, like, any of the FaZe guys. And you can watch when they run ads, is their viewer count going up or down. You can see when they actually became partnered and started running more ads, is it going up or down. That's not what's going to happen. Yeah, look it up and see for yourself. The numbers, yep, there you go. Counting bots. Regardless, okay, so what you're saying is that there's a bunch of bots. Okay, well, like, if you have 30k bots and 10k real people, and then you go down to 37k, that means that you lost 3k people, right? Okay, there it is. So that's the logic. It still doesn't make sense at all. Tatters want to believe that people will give up hours of potential attainment for some ads. No, they want people to think that that's the case because they're afraid of making it happen. They don't want it to be true, but it is true. And that's it. 30% drop is a lot, though, in that case. It is, but I'm saying it's not happening. That's my point. You always say it starts with one person. I use that logic to find meaning and giving my 2 cents. Watch ads of streamers that you like. Never play free-to-play games with ads. So there are 2 different, and I apologize because there's a degree of doublespeak that's happening here. But both of these things are true. It is observable on a mass generalized data metric level that, yes, ads do not cause people to stop watching. But at the same, what are the ones for? I'm very confused. Why are people typing ones? Oh, press 1 if you're a bot. Okay, good one. So anyway, right, that's a lot of them. And anyway, so there's definitely that. And then there's also the component of people that, like, on a personal level, if you don't want to play something that doesn't have ads, and if you want to leave a stream because it's playing too many ads, do it. And if enough people do what you do, it will stop running as much ads. But the problem that I've noticed is that not enough people speak out against it. I'm really glad to see RuneScape fight back against this, and it's always a huge W for consumers and for players in general. Even if you're not a RuneScape player, other development studios will see what happened to RuneScape today, and they will think twice before they implement that into their game. And so every single time that this happens, you stave off this, what I believe to be inevitable reality, for just a little bit longer. And I'm very happy to see it. Ads won't stop me from watching you, but it will stop me from watching someone new. Maybe not, right? Depends on who it is. There's something you're missing, just how popular your streams are? No. Doesn't make a difference. Obviously, like, popularity of the stream makes a bit of a difference, but I think that this is true, and, like, maybe for a newer streamer, it makes a bigger difference. Like, I think that there's always a spectrum, and there's, like, there's numbers and everything for everything, right? But I think in general, that's the case. Sorry, notice your dopamine didn't peak playing 100 more ads. Eyesight detection loss. Please look at the screen. You have to drink another verification can. So yeah, absolutely. And so huge W for the RuneScape community. Massive fucking W for them. Stay vigilant though. There's a reason why they didn't ask you why you like, if you like McDonald's or Taco Bell more. There's a reason why they didn't ask you if you like cats or dogs more. There's a reason why they didn't ask you you know, what your favorite band is. It's because they are not relevant. Those questions are not relevant to their business model. But what they did ask is. So yeah. Is that a candle behind you? Yeah, it is. You think RuneScape will hit 10% bad instead of 100% bad? Yeah, exactly. Are there statistics of how many people stating using adblock? Yeah, basically, so this is my experience as a YouTube content creator for the last 10 years. The amount of people that were using adblock in 2014 was about 70 to 80%, and now it's about 30 to 40%. So the amount of users that use adblock has gone down by about half. So we're actually seeing a massive reduction in people using adblock. Now, the biggest reason for that is probably because of mobile, because it's harder to download an ad block on mobile. But it's also that this has been very interesting. People are becoming less computer literate because computers are becoming so much better at a baseline and they're so much more intelligently designed. More people don't have any sort of troubleshooting skills in order to solve problems. Arctic, thanks for the gifted subs, man. Thank you. And so that's what's happening, is that you have people that are now, they don't understand how to download extensions. They don't understand how to download add-ons because now they don't have that level of intelligence anymore, right? They're not trained to do that the way that we were whenever we were younger. And so now you have people that are, they're just used to it. They're getting spawn camped by ads. They didn't grow up with Super Nintendo. They grew up with Fortnite. So having ads in video games is normal to them. So that's what's really happening. Same with microtransactions. Yep, exactly. Some people don't know how to pirate movies for free. Yeah, exactly. They don't. There's also more suspicious installing apps of what they actually do. Yeah, I think that's true too. Not OSRS players. We're all 30 plus years old. You're definitely right. And, you know, congratulations on holding the line. But I'm talking about a general trend that I'm observing with a lot of people is that I think that in 20 years, you know, like here's the best example of it. How many of you guys does your dad know more about cars than you do? Me? Right? Yeah, for sure. And how many of you guys do you know more about computers than your dad? Another me, right? This will be the same thing. Because cars now are so much better at, like, you know, for example, like you can't take a 1992 Isuzu Rodeo into AutoZone and have them just do a code reader and it tells you you've got an error 144, which means that you need a new air filter, right? You have to actually figure it out. And so now with newer cars, all of these things are basically like they do self troubleshooting. And that's what you can. I don't think with those, right? And now you have the amount of things like, for example, like my car tells me the PSI of my car tires. And so all of these things that you don't need to deal with, you know nothing about what you're currently talking about? I absolutely do. This is the mind of a disagreeer. I just want you guys to see this. Dumb, download ad blockers. Rather watch the ad than download the spyware. You are so naive. You are retarded and you can't even communicate. Anyway, so my point is that, yes, absolutely, this is what's happening. And basically what I'm really getting at is that this will become more and more an issue as less and less people have any level of computer literacy. I think computer literacy is going down massively, and it's going down very fast. And I think also, again, it's not just computer literacy, it's literacy in general. Anyway, let's move on past that. This is what's going to happen, is that they are going to keep adding more features like this, and I think it will get more and more common. And hopefully RuneScape players can push it back for as long as they can. But I don't know whether that's going to happen or for how long that's going to happen. So yeah,